Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We're talking about Optavia today. More specifically, the future of Optavia. We're gonna get right the f into it, but first, we need the disclaimer.
I feel like blessing my ride today. I know how much she like rolling. The smoke from the top.
If you are not familiar with Optavia, they are an MLM, also known as a multi-level marketing company. Some would refer to them as a pyramid scheme. Now, their primary products of focus are toxic diet culture products, specifically overly processed, low caloric food that provides little to no real nutritional value.
Oh, yum!
In my opinion, allegedly. The people who join this network marketing MLM company call themselves Optavia coaches with no credentials whatsoever. They probably have never even worked in any kind of medical field whatsoever, but they feel they are qualified to give you advice and direction on your health. Again, even though they have no qualifications whatsoever, other than they handed their money over to Optavia to get the title. That's it. So be aware of that. I do have a full deep dive. It is old. It's old. So don't judge me, but I will link it in the description. It's 3 parts, but the parts are about 15 to 20 minutes each. But really the first part is all you'll need. If you want to become more familiar with Optavia, if you want to just talk more shit about Optavia, I have a whole playlist of them where we do just that. And I will link that also in the description. And with that, let's see what the future of Optavia holds according to this Optavia coach.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And either if you're with us live, which a lot of you are, or you're watching the recording, for those that haven't met me before, my name is Sherry Donovan. I'm somewhere in your upline and
somewhere above you, making all of the money. Something else to note if you're not familiar with these types of companies is that they basically require you to recruit more people onto your team to accelerate your earnings, I guess we could say, grow your earnings so that you can make some kind of livable wage, which is not likely in any MLM, according to the FTC article in the description below.
But anyway, I wanted to just express my excitement about the upcoming year. And a lot, like I was just saying to some of us, on the pre-party, I just came back from our home office in Baltimore, Maryland, and it was incredible. And so just some of the things that I want you all to know is, how many of you can put it in the chat, how many of you were a coach when COVID happened? Okay. All right. Yep. Some of us. Okay. I was. And I was a coach before that. But when COVID happened, we had so many people that instead of it, just being about vanity, I got to fit into a dress for a wedding or, a class reunion or whatever, people were like, I got to get healthy in my body. Obesity was a big part of COVID and how when people got super sick or had to go into the hospital. And
we were all looking out for our health, but losing weight wasn't the thing. We were fucking baking cookies and bread.
Everyone is gaining weight during COVID.
We were maybe working out more, maybe learning new recipes, maybe buying skincare stuff off of Amazon and leaving it in the box outside for 2 days just to make sure COVID wasn't on it. Worrying about weight loss and using processed foods to lose weight was not what most people were doing in COVID. Look back at the post. We were baking.
So people were coming on program left and right. Well, I'm super excited that we're going to make America healthy again. And Dr. Anderson and all of us are on a mission to do just that. And so we are at the right place at the right time. You are at the right place at the right time, because how many of you have seen that they've been explaining the food that is being processed, and Americans are so much sicker than the rest of the world. And I know that's so scary. So people are going to start to look to what can they eat that's going to get them healthy. And you know what? Like we always say, we're not chasing skinny, we're chasing healthy. I'm super healthy, especially at my age. And you don't have to feel horrible. But
Optavia is never going to get you healthy. What will get you healthy and will probably cost you way less, even with the price of groceries, is going to the grocery store and getting real food, real meat, real fruits, real veggies, whether they are frozen or not. At least you're getting them, because this food that they're talking about, I'll put a picture up on the screen. It is all like the NutriFast fast and slim fast and that type of bullshit. It is freeze dried. It is powdered. All of it's packaged. None of it's fresh. Go eat an apple. You'll get more nutrients from that than you'll get from the soup they give you, allegedly. I will say that I am a certified nutrition coach and a certified personal trainer, so I do have a little bit of knowledge behind this. I am also a certified medical assistant.
I'm kind of a jack of all trades.
And I worked in the medical office for 7 years. More specifically, I worked in an endocrinologist office for 2 years, and that is where we dealt with a lot of patients who had diabetes. Type 2, in most cases. Why do we get diabetes type 2? Because, again, in most cases, it is a weight issue. So I am a little bit versed in the types of things that these people talk about in Optavia. Do I know it all? Am I a physician? No and no. But like I said, I'm a little bit more versed than most coaches, if not all of them in Optavia.
A lot of the foods that cause a lot of the illnesses and the sugar and all the things, they are making Americans very sick. So let me just read a couple of my notes. You can tell I'm super passionate about this, but you know what? This is what they're saying.
Who's they?
That there's going to be a shakeup in the food industry, okay? Because this is all going to be happening pretty soon in 2025. And then because we know that through the years, we've had, as Americans, gradual increase in obesity and in hardening of the arteries, of heart disease, of kidney disease because of the processed sugar and the processed food. Our fuelings are processed, but they are healthy ingredients. That's the big, huge difference. If you
Our food is processed, but wait, it's the good processed.
Don't make me laugh.
You're better off, again, going and purchasing groceries from the grocery store, even with grocery prices, than spending $300 to $400 on a month's worth of food for one person. Go get the real food. Go get the real food. Eat an apple, eat some carrots, eat some beef, eat some chicken, eat some fish, eat all of it. It's going to be better than this. Please do not do any kind of Optavia plan. Ever. It's going to set you up for failure.
Ingredients on some of these labels like Fruit Loops, all the things, the colors and the dyes that we don't have to have. Okay. Don't even get me started. It's so unhealthy. But right now, people are going to start to look and change their dietary habits. And that they're going to, let them know that, yes, this can be corrected, but it's going to take time. Well, it's going to take time in the food industry, but not with Optavia. We're already there. So how many of you are excited? And I want to share with you.
No, you're not. If you were already there, you would be shipping people fresh food, not processed food. They may not be adding the food dye and all of that stuff, but they still are adding chemicals. Food, everything in the world is chemicals. Did you know that? Water, chemical, air, chemical. Everything's a chemical. We are chemicals. Everything is a chemical. That is how the world is made. So, of course, our food is going to have some kind of chemical in it, whether it's a natural occurring chemical in a whole food like malic acid in apples, or it's red dye number 40. They're both chemicals. You're still consuming chemicals. So don't let that be the word that pulls you to Optavia, because you want the naturally occurring regular chemicals that you find in the whole foods, not the ones that are added to process the foods that are packaged and sent to your home that you have to add water to or heat up or anything like that. You always want to stick to whole foods, which again are going to be way less expensive in most cases than through buying Optavia, the 5-in-1 plan, where you're going to be hungry, you could hardly work out and all of those things. It's a mess. Do not fall for these Optavia coaches who are claiming their products are all natural. They're not. If it's processed and in a bag, something happened to make that unnatural. Something was added to make that unnatural. Chicken noodle soup isn't just coming to you from a pouch. You want the full chicken noodle soup experience. Get that chicken breast or chicken thigh and cook it and make the chicken noodle soup with your veggies, with whatever else you want to, the noodles, whatever noodles you want to use, make it that way. I know that's more time consuming, but it's so much more, now I want some, so much more enjoyable and delicious and healthy. Something else that's important to note is that when there's chemicals and when foods are processed like this, it's not going to sustain you as long. So you do want those whole foods. Those are going to sustain you longer, helping aid weight loss if that is your ultimate goal. You want to be able to eat and stay full longer. You don't want to be eating every 2 hours. Eat a healthy, whole, protein full meal and you'll be good. Do not fall into Optavia. But anyway, that's enough of my rambling. Let's get back into it.
What I just learned and what I just experienced and saw. And so I'm going to play a little slideshow for you. Okay. So yeah, let me do my screen share. And I'm super excited about this. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, Wendy, give me a thumbs up if you can see my slideshow. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so Donovan Training, November 2024. You were here back when. Okay, we'll look at this later and go. Okay, so I'm going to kind of take you all with me on a little tour of the Baltimore home office. And guess what? Now you will have the opportunity to earn this trip too. I was part of a pilot program.
They all treat the home office of their MLMs, Scentsy, Mary Kay, Optavia, like it's some kind of palace. It's a corporate office. It's a factory building. It's a corporate building. It's nothing spectacular.
Where there was 40 of the leaders, and I'm blessed that I was one of the leaders invited to go that got to experience this, so we can kind of make it better for you. But I'm going to kind of share with some of the things that happened. Okay, so we started off, and our group was myself, Debbie Akmoody, who is all of our mentors. Then we have Kim Ozentowski sitting back there with Debbie, and then Ginger Ferris. And these ladies are all so sweet, so kind, and their hearts are to serve. And I was just, as they say, iron sharpens iron, and that's what we did. So here we are, and we're at the home office. And how many of you know the amazing Gina Eccles? And also we have Michelle Heyman, and just a lot of you know Tylena. We love Tylena. We just had so much fun all being together. Okay, so here we took a picture.
You don't say.
This is so bad. Here we took a picture. Well, obviously, we're looking at it. Did you learn anything while you were there? Did you learn how they made anything? How they process their bullshit food? Any of that? Or are you just taking pictures?
At the home office, and we're in the lobby of the Medifast home office.
Medifast is the umbrella company of Optavia. So Medifast is originally what Optavia was called back in the day. And I go into all of this in more detail in a much more professional manner on my deep dive. But back in the day, they were Medifast, then they changed to another name, and then they turned to Optavia. So the name changes alone should tell you that they have already damaged their reputation by being part of the toxic diet culture for so long that they have had to change their name. And that's just my opinion and allegedly, but why else would a business change their name if it was successful and there was not something that they were trying to hide?
Also, Johns Hopkins is also in the building. But when we came in there, they're like,
This is a clusterfuck.
Just kidding.
who are these people? They're so excited. And we call ourselves Optivists. Okay, so that's our new word, Optivists. It's we are optimistic, and we are, we're Optavia optimistic people. Okay, so here I'm so excited because we have Dr. A, and then down below in the front, I'm with Dan Chard. He is the president of Medifast. How many of you heard of Medifast, right? We've been around forever. Dr. A partnered with Dan Chard. These people are amazing. They're just kind. They care about you so much. And then
Bro, they care about you because you're padding their pocket. Of course they're going to pretend to care about you. They forgot your name the minute you walked out the door, I bet you.
at the top upper right corner is our president, Nick Johnson. Okay, so it's fun just to be able to hang with them in the boardroom, if you will. So here's our tour guide. Okay, there's the word Optivist. Our tour guide, Mark, who just got married. So I was giving him some great marital advice. I'm like, text your wife, tell you love her.
Optivist. I feel like everybody is just going to be like, do you mean optimist?
Okay, and then we just got to go around and see everybody that was working in the home offices. And up in the right-hand corner, a lot of you saw me do a training, which I probably will do a repeat of, where I talked about unicorns. This girl had a unicorn on her desk. So we started talking.
Wait a minute.
She did a training where she talked about unicorn. What? Why? What does that have to do with anything?
All the people in the production, the people that create the labels, that create the just any of the information and flyers and things that we have. Okay, so here we are in the boardroom, and I got to kind of sit up towards the front, and it was just amazing. We had just the 40 of us around the table. Dr. A spoke, Nick Johnson spoke, and Dan Chard spoke, and they have, like I said, our future is so bright. I'm so excited. We are just expanding on this like you can't believe. This company is amazing, debt-free, $1 billion company. Okay, and then isn't it cool? They had our names scrolling, so we had to wait for our name to come up, and then Ginger took my picture, and we just had fun touring the home office. And one thing I want to stop the share because I want to show you something, okay? So when can y'all see me okay? All right, okay. So when we first got into the home office, I could not figure out how to get this to I couldn't play it on the video here that I have. So okay, I had it already. I'm going to play this little video of when we walked in, everybody in the home office. They were clapping for us, and I started to cry because I just couldn't even believe it. Look at it.
Girlfriend, they get paid to do that shit. They're on the clock. Their boss said, we have to go in the hall and cheer for these people that are coming to visit. You have no choice. They're on the clock. That's their job. This is so awkward. She's just showing this video. There's no sound.
Okay, can you believe that? I mean, we walked in and they're like, we couldn't do any of this without you. And so they were so, whoops, sorry, oops. Okay, something else was playing. And so that's what happened. So I wanted to show you that real quick. Okay, let me get back to my screen share because I was kind of explaining how when we're at the home office and all the things, right? It was just so much fun touring everything. Look down here, that's me in that picture at the home office. Everybody's like, Sherry, even though it's kind of a shadow, it was still me, and I'm happy about that. Then, just when you thought anything, it couldn't get any better, after we left touring the home office, we got in these beautiful tour buses, and we got to go to the manufacturing plant.
Oh boy, yippee!
Okay, so I'm going to stop the share again, okay, because and I'm showing you this because you all can be a part of this, and you all can do this later on. So that's why I'm excited to explain it to you, okay? So we went to when we first went, got off the buses, just when you think, oh, those applause, right? It can't get better than that. Oh, no, it did, because at the manufacturing plant, this is what they did for us. They were pom-poms, and they had balloons, and there I am dancing my way down the aisle. Can you see it? Can you see it, Wendy?
Again, they all get paid for this. You're there for free. You're not getting paid at all because you're not selling any Optavia or recruiting any new teamies because they can't join your team. They're corporate employees that are getting paid hourly to wave those pom-poms. It's just so ironic.
You know me, y'all. Look at it. That's how we got treated.
Like, we make more money than you. Hey.
Okay. So can you believe that? That's how we got welcomed to the home or to the manufacturing plant. So let me start my share again. Okay. And that was incredible. Just top notch, everything. Okay. So then we got to go in there and tour the halls. And here's the scientist. He looked like John Malkovich to me, a little bit Malkovich. Anyway, everything's top of the line, just with intentionality. So amazing. And as y'all know, they're just going to be launching what we call Ascend. So when people are done, they're losing their weight, and now they're going to transition. This is going to help people with transition. I tried that waffle mix. The scientists had us mix it up, and you can make it into pancakes or waffles. It's healthy. It's not for weight loss, but it's healthy and delicious as can be. So
what specifically makes it not for weight loss, though? Let me tell you something. This might blow your mind. You could eat whatever you want and still lose weight. You could eat those waffles and still lose weight. But because Optavia doesn't actually teach you how to eat, how to fuel your body, how to get the nutrients you need, they will tell you that you just can't eat this. Why? Some food for thought there. No pun intended.
There's all kinds of different Ascend products they're going to be launching for us to try December 5th. Okay. And so then here's the scientists. I mean, you could eat off that floor. Everything was so clean.
I would really hope that you could eat off of there because it's so clean, because you literally are eating off of there because it's so clean. Where do you think they make the food? Praise for them because they keep their fucking kitchen clean. Are you kidding? Delulu. Honolulu, we're back.
Aloha, bitches!
But they were mixing things up and showing us, and so excited and proud of what they're doing, and excited to hear how that we've all gotten healthy. And so then we got to tour the manufacturing plant. It was super loud. So look at, okay, we had to wear these hair nets, and we had to wear red hair nets because we didn't work there. If something would happen, they would know to go grab somebody that had a red hair net on and bring us to safety. Can y'all guess who's behind me there? Anyone? Anybody notice who's behind me? All right. Did you guess it? Gina Eccles. Okay. So we had our red hair nets on, and it was just so amazing. So, okay. So I'm gonna just kind of give you some ideas of what to focus on now. You can take a picture of this, okay? Or like I said, it's a recording. What to focus on now for an amazing 2025, okay? Number one, we have that incredible special. New and reactivated clients get $75 off from now, right now, until December 15th. And if you have not added any brand new clients yet in November, Debbie Moody is going to also give them another $25 off. So it would be like $296 if they didn't get the books for a brand new client for 30 days. And then I put all this in our team page. You can get this. This is things that Optavia has sent us. So actually it would be $321.50 without the books. And then the second month would be $398.98 because they're going to get $190 off. And the second month, they're going to get 30% in rewards. Okay. So that's pretty incredible.
Is it though? That price is insane. And I stand on that.
Wait, 30 or 35%. Okay. You just go to look at the page and you'll see that. So if you have not added any new clients yet for November, you're going to get another $25 off for them from Debbie Moody. Okay. Oops. I know it says 3, but I was in a hurry to put this together. 3. Okay. The impact multiplier special for new coaches for November and December. Remember, when they add 3 or 4 clients, they're going to get another $600. When they add 5 clients or more, they're going to get an additional $1,000. Come on, help people, right? It's time for them to get healthy in their body and their finances. And then number 4, new Ascend line launching for coaches. New clients, it's going to be the end of December for us, December 5th.
The Ascend line is something that I haven't really looked into yet. This is something that they added for their GLP-1 people, which makes me want to curl in a ball and cry. Please do not go through Optavia for GLP-1s. I have been pretty open about this. I did lose about 70 pounds recently, and I did it with the help of a GLP-1. I used compounded semaglutide. I tried Ozempic, and it made me violently ill. But the compounded semaglutide worked, and it helped me so much. If that experience is actually a video that you're interested in, could you tell me in the comments? I never know if venturing off into that information is something that you guys would like, just to give you an idea, because I know a lot of people battle with trying to decide if they should take a GLP-1 or if they shouldn't. And I think it's helpful to hear the success stories and the bad stories. I know there's lots of people that it didn't work for, and that's fine too. It doesn't work for everybody, just like Optavia doesn't work for anybody really, because they have no idea what they're doing. That sent me on a little bit of a tangent, but all of that to say, they launched already at the time that I'm recording this new line for their GLP-1 clients. And now these coaches are coaching people through using GLP-1 and Optavia. And it can be so dangerous to be on a GLP-1 and not be getting the correct nutrients. And that's actually a huge cause for the nausea. When I first started taking the semaglutide, I was not aware that I should be eating more because I was so nauseous. But the nausea was because I was not eating enough. I was not getting any protein. I was not eating enough because I was nauseous. But once I ate, it's really a hard battle to fight when you're first learning how to use it the correct way. But anyway, again, please do not choose Optavia for your route of GLP-1 if that is something that you do choose to do. I'm terrified to see what's going to come from the people who go through Optavia to utilize GLP-1 and the nutrition plan.
Okay, also starting on Saturday, we have that. It's called HIIT, Holiday Intentional Impact Training. It's going to only be for about 45 minutes. I'm going to be there because you are going to get some great action steps to build a great business for 2025. Okay, so I want to finally do this before I take off the screen share. What would you dare to pursue if you could not fail? This is called the compound effect. It's going to be for you, new dreams, new goals, new future. So I want you to think of 5 people to bless with the gift of healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. And you might have to speak to 20 people to find 5. Don't stop till you find 5 at least. Okay. So finally, I want to then just kind of tell you a couple more things. So I brought things, some little trinkets. Okay, when we went to the home office, I know, is this backwards? Okay, Darlene, does that look backwards? Okay, it doesn't.
So I don't know what the purpose of any of this was so far. She's just telling you to go recruit people who want a healthy mind, body, and finances. That's everybody, lady. That is literally everybody, especially in America right now. We are struggling. I know, first world problems. I'm in touch with reality, and I know that we could be way worse off. However, like I said, everybody is looking for those 3 things in life most of the time. They always want to be healthier if they can get healthier, a better mind if they can get a better mind, and more money if they can get more money. So you're telling these people to go out and find everybody and try to get them to join Optavia? What kind of drugs are in these processed food? That's not how any of this works. Nobody should be joining Optavia. And nobody should be calling themselves a coach in Optavia, making other people think that you know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. Just because you went to the MetaFast office and you have a lanyard now. I don't give a fuck, lady. I don't care. This is damaging to people's health.
Okay, so how professional. I had like my sign, and of course we had a name tag, but we got to wear these. And then when we were getting ready to leave, they look at everybody from at the manufacturing plant signed on here. And what did we get?
Again, girlfriend, they paid hourly. They got paid to sign their name. When they were writing that on the bag, on the sticker that's on the bag, they were getting paid.
We got a thing of Ascend. Oh, there's my name badge. I put it on here. Okay. But some Ascend, the chocolate shake mix. That's what they were making the day when we went. And then when we got on the bus, they gave us another present. Okay, and we're like, okay, here. And I'm like, what's in that? And y'all, they gave us this beautiful Optavia cutting board with fine granite. I don't know what it is, marble. But anyway, I'm super excited about what is happening right now. Like I said, you are at the right place at the right time. This nation is going to look for a way to get healthy. They're going to be scared because they're going to start releasing how unhealthy this food has made everyone, how sick Americans are. And we're not. Dr. A said when he first started this mission 23 years ago, about 60% of Americans were sick because of the food, because of all the medications, all the things, right? Cha-ching. And now it's 77%. So we are in that 30% category of being healthy, and we want to help other people. So again, right now, people are praying for a way to be healthy in their body. They're praying to be healthy mentally, and they're praying for their finances. I know I was. So I want you to reach out and help as many people as you can. I want you to focus on the power of 5, helping 5 people. If this person says no, not yet, then go on to the next one, but don't stop till you've impacted at least 5 people. You are going to have an incredible 2025. I'm going to commit to be on those boot camps, the high impact trainings, only 45 minutes. And those action steps are going to, what you're doing now, you're going to see in 30, 60, and 90 days. So I'm going to stop the recording and then I'll stick around if anybody has any questions for me, okay? So thanks for listening.
Optavia is not the way to get healthy in any sense, in your mind, your body, or your finances. It is a very quick way to destroy your relationship with food. Because like I said, Optavia does not teach you how to eat the correct way, how to fuel your body, how to feed your body and still be able to enjoy the food you're eating, as well as be healthy and mindful of what you're eating. Those 3 things, when you figure those out in some kind of way, shape, or form, it is not easy whatsoever, but those are the keys. Not these get rich quick schemes that are also get skinny quick schemes. That's not the way to go at all. Even with GLP-1s, do it slow. But anyway, if you missed my last video, TikTok Hates Your Bullshit is on a hiatus until at least the end of April 2025, if you're watching this in 2026. I will be bringing back a palette cleanser. I don't know if it's still going to be TikTok Hates Your Bullshit or if I'm going to kind of revamp it and make it something else, but it will be back. Something will be back for a palette cleanser at the end of April. And with that said, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.
Someplace I could hide away. I feel like blessing my ride today. I feel like blessing my ride today.